So let's talk about how these can save your lenses. Hey everyone, Camber here, back with you, and today we are talking about UV filters and reasons why you may want to use them. And if you're new here, this channel is all about teaching you how to use your camera to make good videos. So if that's you, consider subscribing. So UV filters, also known as haze filters, are designed to cut through the effects of atmospheric haze, moisture, or other airborne pollutants that will contribute to degrading your image quality. When shooting in film, color is physically split into red, blue, and green layers. However, the blue layer is particularly susceptible to ultraviolet light. In scenarios with excessive UV light, for example, a sunny day on the blue ocean or at higher altitudes where the atmosphere is thinner, a blue-tinted haze can result. So with these older film cameras, it was often necessary to use UV filters because film is extremely sensitive to UV light. However, digital sensors are rather insensitive to UV light because they have their own blocks and filters to stop everything from infrared to UV light from interfering with your images. So really, getting a UV filter on a modern digital camera doesn't make much sense, at least not for its original purpose. So then why might you still want to use a UV filter? To protect your lens. UV filters are flat and easily removable, so if you need to give it a cleaning, take it right off, clean it, or if it gets scratched or cracked, it's typically a whole lot cheaper to replace one of these than it is to replace one of these. To find out what size you need, there's typically a number on the front of your lens that tells the size of your lens diameter, and this one's 58 millimeters. And these things have saved me plenty of times. Just last week I was out front of my house filming, switching out lenses really quick, and set this face down on my rocky driveway thinking that I had put the lens cap on, only to find out later that I hadn't when I picked it back up. Thankfully, nothing got scratched, but if it had, it would have been the filter that got scratched and not my actual lens glass. An alternative to using UV filters to protect your lens is using a lens hood. And most quality lenses come with a lens hood that's designed for that lens. So if you get that on there, hit it against something, it's probably going to protect your lens from getting scratched. However, lens hoods are designed to cut out on lens flares, so if that's something you actually want in your footage, you may not want to use a lens hood. So if you are going to use a UV filter for lens protection, don't go cheap. Putting any kind of filter over your lens can affect the sharpness of your image, so getting a cheap filter can make that effect even worse. If you've already paid thousands of dollars for a good lens, you don't want to be throwing a cheap piece of glass over top of that quality, expensive glass that you just invested in. So if you are going to get one, just invest a little bit more, get a good quality filter that you can put over top of your lens and lessen any of the effects that it may have on your image. So I personally like to use UV filters just for protection on my lenses, unless I'm using a different filter at the time for other reasons. And I have links below in the description of what I use, so you can check those out if you're interested in getting quality filters for your lens. But decide what's important for you. If you want to get the most out of your lens without using any kind of filter, then cool. But if you think you'll benefit from the UV cut or just from the protection that the filter will give to your lens, then just invest a little bit of extra money, get a good quality filter, and protect your image sharpness. But if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know down below what you think about the UV filter debate. Subscribe if you haven't, and remember that the only way to get better at something is to practice. So get out there and film something. See you soon.